Good afternoon. Members of Board of Trustees, Registrar, CEO, guest speaker, members of the board subcommittees, distinguished instructors and examiners, staff and students, alumni, invited guests, graduates, friends from the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Once again, good afternoon. With much pleasure, honor, and gratitude, I would like to welcome all of you gathered here on this important occasion. During today's ceremony, licentiates who have satisfied the requirements for graduation will be presented with graduated and inducted into professional membership. I convey the heartfelt joy and thankfulness of the Institute to our special guest who will soon arrive. She's giving me a call. She left Kumasi today. Yesterday she was very busy. She had her graduation, and I'm sure some of you saw that on television. And so she left, but she says she's just about to arrive in Accra and she's on her way coming. So when she comes, I will repeat that I convey my heartfelt joy and thanks to her for accepting to be part of this afternoon's function. I'm confident that it is the beginning of a permanent relationship between CIAMC and the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Oh, incidentally, Mrs. Rita Akosia-Dixon is the Vice Chancellor of KNUST. Ladies and gentlemen, graduation and induction ceremonies are key events in the calendar of the Institute. The 2023 congregation is the 22nd graduation ceremony held by the Institute since its establishment in 2001. On this occasion, when our management team is present, as well as our facilitators, instructors, and examiners, it is prudent to reflect on how well we are discharging our responsibilities of providing the appropriate support to ensure that new members have a positive licentiate experience, satisfy the requirements for graduation on time, and are confident to move out and confront the hostile and ever-worsening work environment address with a fresh discipline and professional competence acquired. I can assure you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that the leadership of the CIAMC are resolute in their commitment to continually improve by expanding the skills and acquisition seasons of our programs. We are equally committed to student satisfaction. Management is poised to continue to do all in its power to provide students with a memorable experience. Ghana needs administrators and consultants of knowledge and integrity. We believe that a nation's future depends on its human resources. The knowledge, skills, and capacity of its people are essentially in its well-being, sustainability, and growth. Thus, as a professional body registered by law and controlled by a representative board, a practitioner found guilty by the board of misconduct may be suspended from practice or completely debarred by the removal of his or her name from the register of qualified practitioners. Therefore, we stand firm to inculcate into our members and practitioners continuing learning, technical competence, practical orientation, and ethnical discipline in the field of administration, management, consultancy. Remember, professionalism is not something that you get and then get to keep for a lifetime. On the contrary, it is something that we need to work towards each and every day. It is possible to be professional in one instance and in the very next moment lose your composure or temperament in a way that is totally unprofessional. Practice helps to keep an appropriate emotional balance. We should strive for professional excellence because others are always looking for good, positive role models. You can be that role model if you wish. Unlike the university system where we graduate and say bye-bye to campus activities, with a professional body, you are being induced into membership. It implies that your involvement in the Institute's program has now just started. All these years, you were under training to be licensed and received into the professional membership. Today, therefore, marks the beginning of active membership. Your active participation in regional and national mandatory continuing professional development is a mark of a disciplined professional. Continuous professional development is also a prerequisite for becoming innovative in your chosen profession. Innovation is the new norm in the world of business today. All businesses must innovate or die. Emerging trends in the world of business demand professionals who will do something different from the norm. They think outside the box and remove the box and seek to improve on existing situations, products, or innovate new concepts and solutions. The world is under constant change and requires professionals who can respond to these changes in good time. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on this occasion of your graduation and induction, I really hope that our licentiates will reflect on their accomplishments and decide to use this past experience as a guide for their future endeavors. You have played your part by putting in enormous effort of hard work. You are evidence that effort have not been in vain because you are here this afternoon. I will want to take this opportunity to wish the graduates who are being recognized today the absolute best on this monumental day. We celebrate with you and are incredibly proud of you as you complete your program of study. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am delighted to declare this morning meeting duly constituted for the induction into professional membership of the Chartered Institute of Administrators and Management Consultants, Ghana, successful licentiates. I will call on the CEO, Mr. Samuel Mausi Asafo, to present the Chief Executive's report. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chair of the Board, members of the Board of Trustees here present, our special guest, Vice Chancellor of KNUST, members of the Board subcommittees, distinguished instructors and examiners, staff and students, alumni, graduates, invited guests, friends from the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is a great privilege and honor to find myself sharing the joy and pride of licentiates, families, and friends who gather as we are witnessing today to recognize the efforts of their dear ones after years of intensive study aimed at reskilling people who are already in very senior positions at their various places of work. On behalf of management and staff, I congratulate you for allowing us to contribute to the training process that has helped to transition you into a different role within the profession and your places of work. Details of the award for all the levels can be found in the program booklet provided. So friends, family members who are here, you will see the details of what they learned and what they went through. Please allow me at this stage to invite you all to join me in congratulating the graduates on their achievements, while extending same to our committed and hardworking facilitators, instructors and examiners, center coordinators, and other staff through whose untiring efforts licentiates are taught and mentored. To our facilitators also, we say bravo for always availing yourself. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on an occasion like this, we are obliged to bring a report on our activities and progress over the last year. I therefore seek your permission to do that. Our vision as an institution, thank you, in pursuit of our vision to have at least one professional administrator among top management of every major institution, to see to the promoting and furthering of professionalism in the study and practice of administration and management consultancy within the West Africa sub-region, we are extending the fast-track professional licensing program from the regional centers of the 16 regions to the district centers. So we are moving from regional centers and we are now targeting district centers. Our key slogan sets the tone for all our professional training, not just certificates, but skill acquisition for effective problem solving and managerial role playing. Our second slogan is, let's create your growth strategy together. And we are positive. Nana Chair, our special guests, ladies and gentlemen, that we have impacted to a large extent this acquisition of skills and not dependence on certificates. To make it a reality, we continue to emphasize the training and equipping of licentiates, not just for meeting promotion requirements of employers, but as skilled and complete personalities of integrity and excellence, capable of making professional impact on society wherever they may be. Secondly, there has been the need to continually improve teaching and learning, upgrade infrastructure, improve the quality of staff, as well, and conduct more stakeholder engagements. Nana Chairman, during the period, programs were put in place to help unlock untapped potential in licentiates and members. And we can proudly say we have succeeded in doing so. This has made it possible for us to increase the number of facilitators and panel members across the 11 program centers. Despite the heavy schedules associated with their positions as senior management staff, our licentiates were well composed and supported the program by attending all lectures and practicing in person. This graduating class includes some students who joined online from our embassies across the globe. We organized lectures in Accra, Kumasi, Takoradi, Wa, Sunyani, Somanyaho, Tamale, Navrongo, Kofrodia, Cape Coast, among others. The Institute has progressed considerably with a number of collaborations with our Ghanaian universities. Among them are the University of Cape Coast, Sunyani Technical University, Dr. Hila Liman Technical University, Wa, Cape Coast Technical University. Others include GIMPA, Takoradi Technical University, Akenta, Apia Minka, or Amstead for short, Kumasi. Today, and a few minutes from now, those who successfully met the requirements for graduation and induction will be presented for recognition. May I, at this point, invite the chair of the examinations committee, Professor Paul Safo-Mensah, to give us a testimony of what he's going through. Thank you very much, Prof.
I'll hold it. Mr. Mousy is a bit shorter than I am, so when I mounted, I found it a bit short, so I've removed it. Thank you, Mr. Mousy. Let's clap for ourselves. Before I read my speech, my motivation for being part of this has been my concern about how much government pays for professional consultants, internationals. I mean, if you've been part of projects that recruit internationals and you look at the money that we pay to them, then I ask myself, but what are the universities and institutes like this doing? Can't we build our own capacity so that these monies will remain here? The donors bring the money, they send their consultants to take a greater chunk of the money out. Gradually, I think we can begin to scale this down so that the money rests with us. Thank you. Members of the Board of Trustees, our special guest, Prof. Mrs. Rita Kosua-Dixon, Vice Chancellor, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and of course, arguably the best university in Africa. Members of the Board of Subcommittees, distinguished instructors and examiners, staff and students, alumni, graduates, invited guests, friends from the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. The Institute, by its objective and mandate, conducts pre-professional licensing and licensing examinations for applicants interested in becoming chartered professional members of the Institute. The successful completion of the pre-professional licensing program qualifies one to be graduated to commence the professional licensing program, while successful licentiates who completed 3 licensing modules are inducted into professional membership. The graduates to be recognized this afternoon have successfully gone through the professional licensing program. Now, I'll do a little bit about the background of our professional licensing examinations. First, the course structure. The program is divided into 5 parts and grouped under 3 modules. The 5 parts are Part 1, Professional Administration Practice; Part 2, Management consultancy practice. This is where my interest lies. Of course, I'm interested in all, but this is where my interest lies. Training professionals development, strategic auditing, legal studies applicable to administration and consultancy. The 5 parts are grouped under 3 modules, as I said earlier on, which constitute the following. Module 1, professional administration practice. Module 2, management consultancy and training professionals development. Module 3, strategic auditing and legal studies applicable to administration and consultancy. Our teaching approach. It involves face-to-face lectures from very qualified facilitators. Practical sections from instructors and presentations and defense of research works. Examination and practice. In addition to fulfilling or filling out an internship manual, candidates identified a performance-related management challenge in their respective organizations and conducted action research to enable them to make practical recommendations for change. This is part of the Institute's strategy to develop and equip our professional administrators as internal management consultants. Secondly, candidates identified a corporate entity and conducted a comprehensive strategic audit to identify how healthy the organization is, to inform the formulation of a long-term strategic and operational strategy. The strategy auditing examinations have also been given the licensees broader knowledge in evaluating organizations and assisting them project accurately into the future. Thirdly, candidates went into competitive bidding, responded to calls for expression of interest in consultancy assignments, and prepared and defended the technical and financial proposals. Furthermore, they have been prepared by our legal luminates and therefore are guided by the rule of law and very much abreast with the legal implications of their actions and inactions as administrators. Nana Chair, ladies and gentlemen, it is heartwarming to know that the CIAMC trained professionals are using their action research skills to bring about tremendous change in several offices at no charge. The following categories will be inducted today. 1. 134 licensees satisfied the requirements for licensing as chartered management consultants and full membership. 2. 79 licensees satisfied the requirements for licensing as chartered administrators and qualified for full membership status. Number 3, 221 licensees satisfied the requirements for licensing as chartered administrators and qualified for associate membership status. In addition, 16 student members have also completed the preparatory examinations, qualifying them to commence the licensees programs. On this note, I hereby declare that the graduates to be recognized this afternoon have been adequately prepared and have fulfilled the conditions for induction into professional membership. Congratulations, graduates, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof, for the good testimony given about our people and their preparedness. At this point, Nana Chair, with your permission, I wish to introduce our special guests. Our special guest, Professor Mrs. Rita Akosua-Dickson, is the Vice Chancellor of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, KNUST. Prior to her appointment as VC, she has been serving as the 21st Pro Vice Chancellor of NUSIS October 2018, and the first female in the history of the university to have occupied this elected position. Our special guest is a product of Wesley Girls High School. She's a pharmacist by profession. She is an accomplished phytochemist whose scientific knowledge and research expertise have impacted the international scientific community through training, mentorship, and scientific appraisals. Her research work spans the identification and development of varied products and standards for medicine or the treatment and management of communicable and non-communicable diseases. Professor Mrs. Dickson has attended several conferences to present research papers and published over 80 scientific articles in peer-reviewed journals. In addition, she has authored and co-authored 5 books and the book chapters within the domain of her expertise. She is a very visible, she is very visible on renowned academic platforms such as ResearchGate, Google Scholar, and Scopus, with research impacts of over 24,000 articles read and more than 700 citations in various scientific disciplines. She serves as a reviewer for several journals in pharmacognosy, natural product chemistry, and phytochemistry, as well as the South Africa's National Research Foundation and the NUS Research Fund. As part of her professional networking and knowledge transfer partnership, Professor Dickson holds membership of the Society of Medicinal Plant Research, International Society of Active Pharmacology, Phytochemical Society of Europe, and the American Society of Pharmacognosy. She became the head of the Department of Pharmacognosy, KNUST, for 3 consecutive terms. Professor Mrs. Rita Akosua-Dickson has served on several statutory and non-statutory boards and committees within the university. She is passionate about demystifying STEM program for girls and training the youth into global transformational leaders through talks and other engagements. Her exceptional contribution towards education have earned her several awards, including the Ghana Women of Excellence Award 2021 Outstanding Contribution to Tertiary Education in Ghana category, Blaze Ghana Women of the Year Award 2024 Excellence in Education category, and Women of Excellence Award at the Ghana Farmer Award 2021, the 3rd edition. She loves cooking, exercising, and hanging out with friends and families. She's a devoted Christian and married with 4 children. Nana Chair, today we are blessed to have Prof, who is a friend of the Institute becoming a family member henceforth. Prof, you are very welcome. Shall we receive a comment from Prof?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, CEO. Nana, one of the privileges that you get to enjoy when you don't speak earlier is to be able to stand on the existing protocols. So I would crave your kind indulgence, and if you permit me, I'll skip all the protocols that have already been beautifully established and say good afternoon to all of you. I said good afternoon. Thank you very much. I bring you fraternal greetings from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Kumasi. I am extremely delighted for the opportunity to be part of this very important program. And I'd like to thank the leadership and organizers for extending this kind invitation to me. As I do so, Nana Chair, I'd like to render my apology once again for coming in a bit late. I had to deal with the traffic situation in Accra. Those of us coming from the village, we didn't factor that in. Forgive us. I'd like to congratulate the Chartered Institute of Administration and Management Consultants, Ghana, CIAMC, for the feat achieved from its formative years and the struggles it has had to go through to its present form. CIAMC is one of the enviable professional bodies in our country, and I want to congratulate the founding fathers for nurturing this big dream. Thank you very much. I think you deserve a bigger applause than this, please. I also want to extend similar congratulations to all those graduating and being inducted today. No doubt, your studies has been a journey of many twists and turns, including examinations, anxiety, having to choose sometimes between family commitments and studies, and even work commitments. Just look at the level of resilience and sacrifice that has brought you to this point. Due to your perseverance and self-determination, you are here today for the crowning moment. You have made it, and we are more than proud of you. Please accept once again my warm congratulations. And this clap has to go for you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let me be quick to add that with your graduation today, you have moved from a trainee to a trainer. A lot is therefore expected of you going forward to enrich the profession. I'd like to also congratulate all the associate and full members joining this prestigious body today. Aiko to all of you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, professional bodies the world over, such as CIAMC, have very important roles to play in ensuring professionalism, standardization, and quality service for the betterment of organizations. In this respect, they are involved in the setting of standards, code of ethics, regulate and license its members, and provide mandatory continuous professional development programs to keep its members abreast with time. The Institute has over the years been providing these services in its quest to promote excellence in the practice of professional administration and management consultancy in the country. I will urge you to continue this great job and also find more innovative ways to rob in additional members. In touching briefly on the theme for the occasion, which I am reliably informed has been very well dealt with in the morning, aligning assessment with curriculum delivery and the role of professionals in reshaping the process of education, it gives a lot to ponder over. And I applaud the leadership and organizers for such an all-engaging theme. In my considered view, Nana Chair, let me submit that as professionals who have undergone the required models in your training, you become equipped with special skills, attitude, and knowledge that uniquely provides you with the opportunity to apply these skills in your professional practice in different human endeavors, either in your old places of engagement or find more fulfilling jobs. You are therefore in a better position to make constructive suggestions as to how the training of future professionals should be structured. This is because you have been in the program and you can better advise and provide feedback on the program's content, things that must be emphasized, those that need to be removed or varied, or things or areas that must be added on. So we are going to depend on you to provide all the feedback so that the program can be enriched. Do you so promise? Say it properly. Thank you very much. Clap for yourselves. I will urge all members and graduates being inducted today to take it upon yourself to submit proposals to the various committees of the Institute, such as the Education and Professional Examinations Committee and the Continuing Professional Development Committee, or any other committee that can serve this purpose, so they can continue to fashion our training programs that will suit the challenges of the 21st century administrator. These will serve as useful feedback that will foster collaborative engagement towards enhanced learning outcomes, improved professional acumen for members that ensures that members remain internationally competitive. This will definitely ultimately go a long way to better the fortunes of Mother Ghana, the continent of Africa, and the world at large. I'd like to thank you all very much for the great job you're doing in providing cutting-edge training for these professionals to be better placed to serve humanity. Once again, I am grateful for the invite, and I would like to add that if there are any opportunities for collaborations with the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, CEO, when you were going through the list, I didn't hear KNUST, and I was wondering, our doors are opened and we welcome any form of collaboration. Thank you all very much, and please, once again, accept my deepest congratulations to all of you. Thank you. Let's do it better for Prof. So we will do the presentation of inductees, and to help us is Mr. Samuel Mausi Asafo.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, our special guest. And now, to the graduating class. This is the day I believe you have been waiting for. The day the Lord has made for you. And you deserve to rejoice in it. After the problems of lecture attendance, anxieties over examinations, assignments, presentations, which at times you may have thought will never end, now here you are. On behalf of the whole CMC family, and on my own behalf, I congratulate you on your laudable achievements. It is our prayer that you go out there into our offices with the confidence that you have been equipped and make the expected impact on society. And I may I please invite Professor Wisdom Gagakuma and Mr. Agri to assist me at this level. So I start with the graduate members. Miss Abigail Abwadiwa, Beatrice Ama Tvucc, Charlotte Nkrumah, David Darlington Ama, Derek Minomadozie, Emmanuel Kofi Ampedu, Evelyn S.C., Hilda Mensa, Joanna Adra Bruce, is that Joanna? That is brain. Joel Adai, Kubebe and Dusderi, McLean, Jetro, Marianne, Bukola Adeyin, Matilda Na Niele Homenu, Melody Dede Amano, Sarah Dagbele Bedu, Abdul Mumen Panta, as a chartered professional administrator with associate membership. Abna Anobia Asari, Miss Abigail Trema Mr. Abubakar Amadou. We finished with the graduate members, so if it's not there, it's now coming. Okay. Abigail, Miss Abigail Trema, Mr. Abubakar Amadou, Miss Efia Aduma Boache, Miss Agnes Trema Awasu, Miss Ekuya Yeboa Ajiman, Mr. Akwesi Safo Ajiman, Mr. Alexander Akumbonu, Mr. Alfred Apanda Asapio, Al Hassan Abdul Rahman, Mr. Al Hassan Fahad, Alima Tubamie, Amatus Dinye, Amida Dehu Apia, Mrs. Ama Afumwa Apa, Miss Ama Tufo Adimandia, Mr. Amwa Kweku Kakari, Miss Amo Christiana, Miss Anastasia Nanama Kumikosa, Angela Efua Makin, Angela Ota Anote, Mrs. Anne Apene Ofer Siedu, Anthony Owari Adekum, Armstrong Samson Agbaodo Agboado, Mr. Asari Amoya Osechi, Ayam Rose, Ayamba Idrisu Abubakari, Bamba Bunedi, Bamuma Jennifer, Beatrice Afrani Asari, Benedicta Mausi Danku, Benjamin Afatinga Akurugo, Miss Bernice Edubekwen, Bernice Efua Udegbeke, Bernice Wolanyo Nyaji, Biliki Ernest, Bridget Boatin, Miss Bridget Konu, Bright Afwakwa, Bright Akoto, Bright Kweku Avugla, Bushir Al-Hassan, Bushiratu Abdurrahman, Caroline Dia, Charlotte Anna, Christian Boche Nyako, Collins Tete, Daniel Ofosu, Darius Ben Apenu, Deborah Ade Jani, Deborah Apia, Deborah Esilfu, Dinah Ashero, Dinah Rahel Owusu, Dorothy Ajare Ejepon, Dufie Intirakwa, Ebenezer Ajay Mensa, Ebenezer Apa Boni, Ebenezer Kofi Adakwa, Ebenezer Odami Kumi, Edith Ajewa Kuranche, Edmond Dramina, Elinor Efua Onyame, Elias Derry, Elijah Osafo Amwako, Elliot Akuna, Elsina Amponsa Enchi, Emilia Osadu, Emmanuel John Frimpong, Emmanuel Jebuni Yenge, Ernest Edu Azutiga, Esther Asari, Esther Shina, Eugene Aqua, Eunice Amwaku Mensa, Eunice Oparibwa Osafo, Mrs. Evelyn Habiba, Evelyn Maud Navo, Fidelis Adam Yao, Fidelis Zimberi Tang, Flavia Awandari, Florence Boatima Obin, Florence Adin Esilfi, Florence Naki Lawe, Francis Adai Bonsu Bobu, Francis Ano, Francis Owusu Setre, Francis Yao Opoku, Francisca Elom Kubagan, Francisca Mora Tente, Frida Akwete, Frederick Kumson, Fritz Mauli Mensa, Hussein Musa, Kalak Song Yvonne, Gideon Ofo Bagoma, Godfred Akas Jr., Helena Alice Ambil, Helena Bwansi Apia, Henny McCarthy Room, Hetty Asante, Hikmat Babadia, Hilda Nato Ama, Ibrahim Omori Osman, Idris Yakubu, Aris Isa Awutoma, Ishak Jacob Tavia, Janet Edusai, Janet Adusai, Janet Christabel Atta, Dr. Jenkins Asa, Miss Atawa Amejuro, Mr. Jonathan Kweku Dodu, Mr. Jones Kubi Apia, Jones Kwate, Joseph Baga, Josephine Aburia, Josephine Ewusi, Miss Joycelyn Adi, Mrs. Joycelyn Opon Checheku, Mr. Jude Nayasama, Juliana Azankandri, Mr. Kamara Abdulaziz, Kizito Kofi Akom, Kofi Asamoah Owusu Ansan, Kwabna Akufu Akoto, Mr. Kweku Mensa Edu, Linda Gayoni, Linda Ataboyson, Lois Dupe, Louisa Chikata, Lucy Egan, Lydia Ephraim, Lydia Mensa, Mrs. Mandalene Quatson, Miss Magdalene Nyaku, Miss Mamata Abdullahi, Mrs. Margaret Nyala, Miss Mariama Suleiman, Dr. Mark Mishiu, Mrs. Mary Crunchy, Miss Matilda Aqua, Mavis Ano, Miss Mercy Abeka, Mercy Araba Ketson, Mr. Michael Tetekwame, Miss Mildred Inketia, Miss Millicent Daga, then Miss Millicent Napiri, Mohammed Dombo, Mohammed Nuhu Adams, Mr. Mohammed Omar, Mrs. Monica Bruce Hills, Moses Saki, Muen Abdullahi, Munira Tubraima, Enid Ofori, Nana Kwame Osei Tutu, Ni Totokwao, Miss Nibman Combien, Mr. Nuhu Bila Farouk, Ohini Kofi Akowa, Miss Ophelia Brakatu, Mr. Ophelius Nyenye, Dr. Patricia Ananga, Mrs. Patricia Asensu, Dr. Pearl Nanaya Hammond, Mrs. Priscilla Azuma Agbebuba, Raphael Denchira Kwesi, Mrs. Rebecca Gani, Mr. Reginald Sichope Kweku Agbo, Rejoice Obo Eshen, Rhoda Adama, then Mrs. Rhoda Dede Darko, Rita Kwekuma Inketiaba, Miss Roberta Ayinsum Ayamba, Miss Rafina Akwaba Boateng, Saka Isa Sadrat, Sakina Salifu, Samuel Boachi Ade, Mr. Samuel Dara, Mrs. Sandra Adobia Yebua Dankwa, Sandra Seke, Sedu Swaliu, Miss Sally Azoko Baden, Mrs. Stella in Cancer Darfur, Mr. Stephen Nyako, Mr. Stephen Opon, Mr. Suleimana Mohammed, Susanna Otu Amwa Ofori, Mr. Thomas Akosa Ejapon, I will Irakwe, Mr. Thomas Sewe, Tomlet Isa, Valentine Akulpowa, Vera Cranton, Victoria Amoko Bishop, Miss Victoria Boaten, Winifred Brown, Yakubu Al-Hassan, Yabuama Befi, Yvonne Boaten Ajay, Zakaria Abdul Rahman, Mr. Zanjina Nicholas Nani, too fast. Okay, don't worry about me. Do come. And do sit. Yeah. All right, then Prof. Gagakuma and Mr. Rui, thank you so much. You may please. May I please, with all humility, invite Prof. Smile DC and Mr. David Adovier to assist me continue with the journey. These are members who have completed and are full members, are being admitted into full membership. Adwa Sewa Kakari, Angela Anastasia Frimpong, Benedicta Berchi Bequin, Christiana Mami Puma Opoku, Dina Ama Tvucc, Emma Dakua Akins, Eric Kofi Njedu, Esther Bema Nketiaba, Harriet Nusrat Menu, Isaac Ama, Joel Eshan, Johnson Kwabna Adom, Jonas Akum Talibe, Gladys Ajay, Lord Teinate, Matilda Obinchre, Mavis Mwai, Patrick Kwampa, Regina Mensa, Sarah Ramatu, Sarah Thomas Ansem Afu, Ochre Dakubuaten, Yakubu Mumuni, Inshira Safo Edu Amankwa, Accra Thomas Kwame, and Prince Jima. Mrs. Yvonne Konedu Wiafe. Go to the CMCs. Okay. Now we go to the CMCs. They have completed all 3 models. Let's put it up for them. You are looking great. Mr. Abdul Harun Al Hassan, Miss Abigail Lawe, Mr. Ekins Abrakwa, Ahin Richmond, Mrs. Basia Kwesen, Miss Christiana Akron, Miss Daniela Cindy, Mrs. Deborah Sewa Atipo, Mrs. Deborah Mensah, Divine Kofigli, Elizabeth Dombo, Mrs. Elizabeth Nyantechi, Mr. Emmanuel Ado Alote, Emmanuel Okai, Miss Esi Mensah Oklu, Eureka Portia, Evelyn Befibuama, Evelyn Kuratima Owusu Amable, Evelyn Maunyo Afajinu, Evelyn Naki Anikpi, Francisca Atulak, Frank Oliver Kodo, Mr. George Owusu Ansan Amoa, Miss Gifty Esime Asembi, Godwin Godson Sally, Henry Asoma, Ambassador Henry Tachimenson, Mr. Israel Kwame Akrobetu, Ambassador Jane Gasu Aheto, Jennifer Akoni, Mr. Kingsford Amakun, Miss Linda Birago Bonsu, Miss Louisa Abba Hansen, Miss Mabel Efua Simpe, Michael Boaten Dakon, Miriam Eunice Bedi, Mr. Mohammed Habib Idris, Mr. Mohammed Nafiu Abdul Wahab, Dr. Miles Ongo, Nana Ekwia Boaten Amate, Nana Berima Amankwa, Mr. Noble Mauto Kujo Alipo, Nuruddin Isaka Idrisu, Owusu Maxwell Gano, Mr. Peter Kobna Taylor, Phyllis Nana Efua Ando, Mrs. Regina Apia Sam, Mr. Salifu Emmanuel Akapo, Mr. Samuel Anoba, Mr. Safa Alexander Bwedu, Mr. Sidney Kwesi Ellis, Mr. Solomon Philip Koku Wemega, Mrs. Susan Abrakwa Kokroko, Dr. Sylvester Che Jemfi, Mrs. Ya Frimpoma Osemensa, Miss Yvonne Patricia Mercy Norman. There's this one. Okay. Okay. Akpene Ame Kojo Anthony Asempa. Charity Happy Ate Ose. Clifford Asomachre. Daniel Nsia Adobasum, Dauda Idrisu, Enoch Kwe Okan, Esther Obindakun, Ibrahim Safo Ahmed, Jimaima Yebua Amankwa, Joyce Doganeriba, Juanita Sala, Juliet Beniwa Asumi, Calvin Williams Asuma, Leon Salia Ewa, Patricia Dovi Sampson, Rebecca Tete, Richard Treme, Rosemary Sewa Boaten, Stephen Kwame Yeboah, then Tano Benson, then Thomas Insia Befi. Prof, thank you. Thank you so much. May I finally, to complete my job, final, invite the chair of examination, Professor Paul Safo Mensah, and Mrs. Ekuya Osu O, to do the last presentation. Abigail Na Odoy, Abdul Razak Saka, Adams Moro, Adlit Ashie, Alex Combat, Al Hassan Ziblim, Amana John, Barbara Nakin Amihie, Bayo Dennis, Bernard Ajay, Bondon Rogobet, Collins Kunangmen, Dinah Dede Gogo, Doreen Sayram, Boy Doe, Ebenezer Sam, Ellen Adoma Boatin, Alice Kote Saj, Emmanuel Ofori, Eunice Crunchy, Faidatu Al Hassan, Festus Kwame Atigla, Frida Ajay Asari, Gifty Benson Ajay, Grace Dasa, Hadi Yakubu, Hilda Boro, Irene Na Enudazi, Isaac Combat, Isaac Abdul Latif, Joanna Abaka Yamoa, Josephine Menu, Lydia Sewa Asari, Margaret Dakua, Memunatu Abdullah, Mohammed Shiraz Musa, Na John Domonuri, Osman Bashiru, Philida Lamte, and Philippa Mensa, Reverend Prince Odu, Reginald Selassie, Rumaisha Abubakari, Samuel Asson, Samuel Plangiru, Sedu Isifu, Sato Aku Lochu, Smiler Bakari, Vera Graham Asante, then the last but not the least, Umbiedo Jebuni Emmanuel. Yeah. That is it. All right. Okay. Yakubu Mumuni, did I mention this one? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prof. Thank you so much, Prof. Okay. So, inductees, you have the oath. So I'll invite our lawyer, our counselor, our judge, head of law, faculty, and everything to take us through the story. Thank you.
Hello. Yeah. So a quick announcement. Please, in the process of being decorated, someone left the car key. So kindly check in case you don't have your car keys with you, then you would see me for it. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. It is the beginning of my time. Good morning. With the permission of all our wonderful, distinguished guests, together with Nana Chair, I proceed with the swearing in. Shall we be upstanding? And let's do this in the spirit of togetherness and in harmony. So repeat after me. Yes. So we have it in two categories. We start with the CHPA. So if you are a CHPA, be upstanding. Thank you. So we proceed. I, with your name, will start all afresh in the spirit of togetherness and in harmony. I solemnly promise to act loyally and honestly in carrying out the policy
of the organization I work for and not undermine its image or reputation. To accept responsibility for my work, for my own work, and that of my subordinates. Not to abuse the authority for personal gain. Not to injure or attempt to injure the professional reputation, prospects, or business of others. To be objective in my decision making. Always to comply strictly with the law and operate within the spirit of the law. To order my conduct so as to uphold the dignity, standing, and reputation of the Institute. To promote the increase in competence and the standing of the profession of administration. To recognize that the organization has obligation to owners, employees, suppliers, customers, users, and the general public. So help me God. Congratulations once again. Resume your seat. Now is the turn of the CIAMC consultant pledge. Shall we be upstanding? So following the example set, we do so in the spirit of togetherness and in harmony as well. I, with your names. Let's do it again. All over. I, as a chartered management consultant, recognize that my professional objective is to assist my clients to add value to their enterprise. Whether the enterprise takes the form of a business, a not-for-profit organization, or any element of government. I pledge to uphold and promote the CIAMC Code of Ethics in all my consulting activities. I will serve my client with integrity, competence, objectivity, independence, and professionalism. I promise to uphold both the letter and the spirit of the law, regulations, and contracts governing my own conduct, that of my client, and of the societies in which we both operate. I will be equally vigilant in ensuring the professional behavior of their consultation within my practice or the wider CIAMC membership. and will bring to attention any violation of the shared professional code. I will continually invest in professional development to keep abreast of evolving knowledge within my profession and in my area of technical expertise. I recognize that my status and privilege as a professional stem from the respect and must that the profession as a whole enjoys. And I accept my responsibility to employ, protect, and develop the above standards to enhance that respect and trust. I do so solemnly pledge. Congratulations once again.
At this juncture, we would take a response by a representative of the newly inducted members. To help us with this, let's welcome Madam Linda Bunsu.
Thank you very much. Nana Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I humbly ask for your kind permission to stand on the existing protocols already established to deliver my speech. Nana Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is both an honor and a privilege to address you as the representative of the freshest inducted professionals and exceptional graduating class of CIMC. Today marks a profound milestone in our lives, and I'm profoundly grateful for the opportunity to share this momentous occasion with such esteemed institute. As we convene here, let us collectively acknowledge the significance of this day, recognizing it as the day the Lord has made, and unison, let us rejoice and be glad in it. Amen. Upon reflection of the journey that has brought us to this juncture, our emotions are a blend of happiness and nostalgia, the delicate balance of academic pursuits amidst demanding work schedules presented a myriad of obstacles, compounded by the financial investment in tuition and accommodation for the 3 modules and defense sessions. However, with conviction, I affirm that every sacrifice made and every investment undertaken is justified, as this productive journey has been remarkably rewarding, and we honor no regret about embarking upon it. Nana Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today symbolizes a pivotal moment as we stand at the threshold of accomplishment, prepared to embark on new horizons. Beyond being mere graduates, we now hold esteemed membership in the Chartered Institute of Administrators and Management Consultants, Ghana. This day serves as a testament to our unwavering dedication, resilience, and pursuit of excellence. Reflecting upon the challenges and collective surmounted, late-night immersed research, completing assignments, engaging in project work, and funding both with our peers, we recognize each struggle as a stepping stone, shaping us into a competent and skilled professionals we have become. Today, it is not merely the conclusion of a chapter, but the insertion of a new one, where our acquired knowledge meet the tangible challenges of this real world, and we apply our learning to address those challenges. Our tenure at CIMC has transcended the realms of theoretical knowledge. It has instilled in us the values of integrity, innovation, and leadership. As we navigate the intricate landscape of administration and management, our education equips us not only to bring about positive change in our profession, but also to transcend individuality, leaving us groups with company names interconnected as families. Moreover, the techniques and knowledge acquired from our studies at CIMC, particularly in management challenge report writing, company formation, strategic auditing, technical and financial proposal development, presentation skills, and model defense, just to mention but a few, will undoubtedly serve as a guiding principles throughout our professional lives. It is imperative to state that our fusion of theoretical understanding and practical application gained from these experiences will act as compass, directing us in our professional journeys. Nana Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed facilitators, professors, lecturers, Mr. Mausi, Professor Gagakuma, all the facilitators that came to help us, and the diligent staff of CIMC, we thank you. Throughout our academic pursuit, we were guided by personalities whose dedication transcended the mere impartation of knowledge. They instilled in us a profound sense of responsibility and unwavering commitment to excellence. To them, we owe a debt of gratitude. To my fellow graduates, as we step into the professional realms, let us be mindful of the wisdom of Peter Drucker, who posited that, and I quote, "Management is doing things right, leadership is doing the right things," unquote. Our roles as administrators and management consultants transcend procedural tasks. They encompass leadership and build with integrity, wisdom, and unwavering commitment to excellence. With great power comes great responsibility, and the skills and values acquired here should serve to uplift and empower those around us. We are now an integral part of a professional community, actively shaping the future of organizations and our beloved nation, Ghana. Our professional obligation mandates continuous development, active participation in all CIMC activities, including annual general meetings, branch meetings, the mandatory continuing professional education programs, admin professional conferences, etc. These endeavors will not only keep us abreast, but also allow us to engage with professionals, broadening our competencies, knowledge, and experiences. Let us collectively contribute immensely towards the development of CIMC through the timely payment of yearly subscriptions and developmental levy. For in unity we stand, divided we fall. Nana Chairman, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the resolute support of our families throughout our academic endeavors deserves special acknowledgement. Their encouragement and support, rendered in diverse ways, have significantly contributed to the success story we celebrate today. Nana Chairman, I extend my appreciation for your attentive presence and the collective effort that have brought us to this celebratory moment. My gratitude is also extended to each one of you for your unwavering support and encouragement throughout this transformative journey. Nana Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for your attention.
Thank you so much, Madam Linda. At this juncture, we would invite the Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Mausi Asafo, to help us with this special recognition agenda at this time. Let's give it up for Mr. Mausi.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Nana Chair, ladies and gentlemen, for this day to be a success and for us all to be happy witnessing today's function, a lot of people have played critical roles, and it is just fair for us to recognize them, more so when they are here to support us, see our inductees being celebrated. And we want to give them a token. And at this point, may I invite our board member, Mr. Kwabna Entry, and then Mr. Bernard Alando, to help me do this appreciation. These are our coordinators, those who have been standing tall at the various centers representing us even as we work in Accra. Miss Doris Sewa Jemfi, so a small certificate of appreciation. Thank you so much. Mr. Emmanuel Pokusako there. Anything today. Mr. Ebenezer Agri. Mr. Ebenezer Agri, Cape Coast. So Sewa has been playing a key role in Accra. Cape Coast, Mr. Ebenezer Agri. For Sunyani, we have Mr. Desmond Opong Sunyani. Kumasi, we have Mr. Eric Owusu Kwatin. Kumasi again, we have Mr. Asiedu Kwame Donald. This is Dorcas Darkwatch, is not around. Then for Winneba, we have Miss Patricia Kaito. Together with Dr. Pearl Edubia Hammond. I think she's not with us. For Somanya, we have Miss Cynthia Odro Ameya. Together with Dr. Hammond Opon Kwatin. He's not here with us. For Koforidia, we have Mr. Alexander T. Mensa Gasu. He's not here. Then for Takradi, Miss Charlotte Odu and Miss Felicia Kumson. They are outside. Please, ushers, call them. We need them. They should come. Then we continue. For Ho, we have Miss Lily Edu Abuaje. It's not here. Tamale, we have Miss Rosemary Dambai. I think she's not here either. And then for Navrongo, we have Miss Joyce Adebuga. You couldn't make it. It's Charlotte and Felicia here. Okay, let's put it up for them. Thank you so much. Right. Thank you so very much. So my board members, you may see them. Right. Then the last but not the least, and here I want to humbly call on my board chair, and since the board chair must not move alone, Auntie Akua, can you kindly help the board chair? Okay. Right, ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Akua Enyawa-Kwenu is one person who has dedicated herself, be it night, day, afternoon, raining or not, to be with us and ensure that our members are professionally sworn in. And in appreciation of that, may I call lawyer, judge, counselor, Miss Akua. Yes. We thought, may I invite my vice chair? My vice chair. No, I didn't see her. I didn't see my vice chair. Professor Margaret Ivijan. Please join the chair. Thank you so much. The last but not the least, today we've increased our family, not only through those who have gone through tutorship, mentorship, and be inducted, but we also have a special guest who have made the day beautiful, wonderful, and giving us the promise that the sky is the limit. Shall we welcome Professor Rita Akosia Dixon. Nanache, my vice. Thank you so much.
All too soon, we have come to the end of today's program. Some few acknowledgements. Those joining us via Zoom, we acknowledge you duly. All our branches all over the country. I wouldn't want to mention some and leave others. So you are all duly acknowledged. Thank you so much, TVUCC. Thank you so much for broadcasting this for us live. At this point, we will take the closing remarks from our board chairperson. But I would go right to Nana for him to take the... Welcome Nana with a round of applause.
As we bring this ceremony to a close, I would like to salute all who have worked so hard to ensure a successful event, and a joyous one, I must say. I especially recognize all the facilitators, the management and staff who have worked together to ensure that the time that our licentiates spent in the program has been fruitful. The Institute appreciates the efforts that has been put into this enterprise by all stakeholders. We are happy that some family members and friends were able to join in this celebration. Congratulations to all of you up there. You were too quiet. Thank you, thank you. I have no doubt that you appreciate the sacrifices and the prayers of parents, guardians, spouses, and friends. Let us recognize their contribution with a clap offering. Thank you. Thank you. Singular honor and pleasure to thank especially Professor Mrs. Rita Akusia Dixon, Vice Chancellor of KNUST, who has graced this occasion so beautifully. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. For all those who have traveled all the way from the north, east, west, and south, I wish you safe travel back to your homes. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is now my duty. I had two duties to perform, but my learned, well, my judge, I was going to, as we say in law, my learned colleague, then I realized that as a judge, she's my boss. So I had to pause my ladyship. No, I do beg your pardon. The lady who gave their vote of thanks, what's her name? Please wait. Yes, my learned colleague. She's a lawyer. No, well, you will make you one. I had two duties to perform. Once to remind all those who haven't paid, and she eloquently performed that for me. So I have only one last duty, and it is to declare today's induction ceremony officially closed. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much, Nana Chair. Sorry. Thank you so much, Nana Chair. At this juncture, we will take our vote of thanks, and to help us do this is Madam Francisca Atulog. Let's welcome her with a round of applause.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to give the vote of thanks. I think Nana Chair has also done a lot for me in terms of thanking prominent persons. But before I start, I would like us to thank the Almighty God, because if you look at this morning, it was about to rain, but the Lord has given us a good weather, and we've been able to have the program successfully. So we thank God, and the energy, and even our special guest who traveled all the way from Kumasi, God brought him safely. So we thank God for that. And I also want to thank Nana Chair. We know you are very, very busy, but you have made time, you've been with us, and the smiles on your face, you are very proud of us. And we'd like to thank you so, so much for always being with us. I'd like to thank our special guest of honor for coming all the way to Accra. As for Accra traffic, even Google Map doesn't recognize it. So don't worry about Accra traffic. So we thank you so much that you made time to be with us. I really appreciate the gesture you've given the Institute, and we are going to take advantage of that. Board members, I would like to thank you so much. But before I go on, I would like to thank especially Mr. Mausi and Mr. Gagakuma. They've been so helpful when it comes to our defense. I think my colleagues would bear with me. The way they give us advice. I remember Friday, I was having a meeting with some people, and when I started talking, they said, you are knowledgeable. So I turned and said, yes, I'm a professional administrator. So they've really changed that. I think before we came, Now when we go out and we are talking, the difference is very clear. I would like to thank them so much. And all those who work online. Sometimes when you are coming to class, you are late and you have to join online. We want to thank all the online operators, those who operated the machine for us online, and all the office assistants persons, especially Hilda and Sammy. You've been so good. You call Hilda at any time and she will be available to help you. So I would like to thank my fellow graduates too. We those who work in team, some of us were stubborn, some were not stubborn. We like to thank all of you. And may the good Lord take us to our various destinations. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Madam Francisca, for thanking all of us. At this juncture, we have come to the end of today's program. Let's give a round of applause for ourselves for staying through to the end. So we wouldn't waste much time. We would be taking the group photograph. So we would have members of the high table descend down here. Then we would take it CMC, CHPA associate members and graduates. But in order to be able to capture each and every one of us, we will take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. Then we'll continue as such. Official photographer. Okay, let's do that. We are starting from here. CMC. Okay, so they will come first. So we would